Alright, hello. Welcome to Otis Frampton Live. I am Otis Frampton. I write, I draw, I love pizza. Gonna be doing some more inking on this Hellboy / Jawa commission. I know there's not much evidence of Jawas right now, but there will be, I promise you. I did some more work off the show in certain areas. I did some dry brush experimentation that I think worked out okay for the smoke coming from the robot here. Worked on the backgrounds a little bit, worked on stuff up here. But today I think I'm going to start inking in the Jawas. And I'm hoping that I can get this all inked up so that next week I can start coloring it in Procreate. Because, that's the fun stuff. So I'm just going to get going here. As always, I will watch the chat, and if you want to chat with me, I'll keep an eye on that. Otherwise, I'm just going to get going. The Jawas are pretty small in this piece, so gotta ink them with a micron to start with, so that I can tweak the line weight. I'm just gonna tweak my light. There we go. Drew this guy pretty small when I was sketching him in Procreate, and now I'm having a hard time seeing what I drew. I try not to print out the blue line too dark, so that if I have to use like ink wash on it, it doesn't bleed. The printed blue line tends to bleed a little bit when you throw ink wash over it. It's just one of those things. See, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Jawas. I wanted them to feel kind of like the 7 dwarfs coming to work. And then I got a little floating robot here with the boss. And of course the sandcrawler in the background. Hello, Freedom Otter, how you doing today? Yep, Hellboy and Jawas. That was the request of my commission client for this piece. And this is the scenario that I came up with. Let me just show it real quick so that people can see what I'm working on here. So it's a comic page. It wasn't originally a comic page commission, but I talked them into it. Starts out big panel, obviously. Got to finish inking this. It's not done yet. And I'm going to have some ink wash like flames in the background here, and then in this panel, flames and smoke. And then it reveals that Hellboy has, with one shot, taken down a big robot, and they're going to be in the background here. You can kind of barely see it. There's a sandcrawler in the far background, and Jawas are coming in to take it from and there's rubble, and it's sort of, you know, your standard Mike Mignola damaged building, but in my style. So that's where we're at. And then once I get this inked up, obviously, not obviously, but I'll be tackling the colors for it. Because as I'm sure people are sick of hearing, when I take on a commission, my clients get the line art and and a digitally colored version that they can print out. Not sure how I'm going to color this one yet. I might just completely recreate the background as like a painted background, because I'm not crazy about spotting inks in my finished pieces. It's okay with stuff like this, but it's just not really what I like to have for when I color something. So I might do like a more painterly background. I'm just gonna get the basic lines done for these guys before really getting involved in the line weights. But I kind of went overboard, not overboard, but I kind of leaned into the Mike Mignola sort of style of lots of heavy use of black for this piece. At first I didn't, and it's like, that doesn't feel like Hellboy to me. You know, you kind of, Mike's style is so unique, and it's hard not to lean into that when you're doing a Hellboy piece. I gave him my own touches, obviously, though. Like, gave him really hairy legs. I'm not sure if that's a thing. I made him a very furry Hellboy. To anybody who has been watching my stream regularly and saw that I wasn't really around this week for the first part, I apologize. It was the week. It's the week of the Minnesota State Fair, and it's tradition for me and my wife to go to the State Fair together. And we didn't get to have that tradition last year because I was in the hospital for 30 days dealing with complications from my brain surgery. So I will be back next week for sure. All 5 days. At least that's the plan. I say that now and then something will come up and screw up that plan. But that is the plan. But it was nice getting to go to the fair the first time in 2 years. After not getting to go last year. Oops, sorry, I'm out of camera here. We're out of. Gotta make sure I've got things squarely in camera. We pretty much only go to the state fair for the food. I don't really do much of the like attractions and stuff for I saw a few concerts there when I was younger. The grandstand. But not anymore. Most of my time spent at the fairgrounds these days is for local conventions, comic conventions, because 2 local conventions are in the interior of the grandstand. So I'm there most of the time for that. That's kind of what I think of the fairgrounds these days as, like comic convention land. Boy, it's tough drawing these guys so small. Which is ironic because they're small. All about showing only the details that need to be shown. And again, I'll go over these guys a little bit later. To get the line weights a little bit more varied. Right now I'm just trying to get the lines down. I can work over. could have just drawn 3. I had to draw 7. Oh, what's wrong with me? I always overdo it. But hopefully my commission clients all appreciate it. All right, let's start to fill in the black on these guys. I've been told that I should talk about my tools more. Honestly, I don't know what this is. I think I got this to pilot. It's a pilot brush pen from Japan, obviously. I think I got it in a pack of like freebies at a convention one time, samples that somebody was giving out. It's a double tip. The fine tip is pretty much gone at this point, but the brush end still works very well, so I use it for filling in blacks. It's not a very finely tipped brush, so it works best for filling in areas like this. Freedom Otter on Rumble says, last con I went to was with my youngest was like one. It got to meet J.G. Hertzler from DS9. Martok. DS9, one of my favorite Star Trek. So, speaking of which, wasn't yesterday the exact date of the Bell riots from that Star Trek episode where they go back in time? Pretty sure that's true. It's kind of funny. Only Trek fans will know what I'm talking about, but I think that was yesterday, August 29th. August 29th, 2024 to be exact. I did a quick lighting pass for this in the layout stage, and I think the Jawas are going to be sort of in shadow mostly, but I'll be able to make them pop out a little bit because of their eyes. Their eyes will help them pop. So they'll be like little goblins coming out of the dark. Also, the date of Skynet coming over. Yeah, I saw that too. August 29th. What is it about August 29th? And yet, nothing happened yesterday that I know of. All right. Whoops. Let's get it. Make sure it's dry. Grab a piece of paper to put on this so I don't smear the ink. That's what I was going to say. Just a little tip that for something I do when I'm inking. Thanks, Orlando on Instagram. Appreciate it. Freedom Otter on Rumble says, you're the only stream for arts and crafts on Rumble right now. Hey, I think I need to change that. I'm supposed to be arts and creativity. That's funny. Categories are still weird on Rumble. I'm not sure you can really call what I do crafts, so I don't know if that's gonna work. Every time I finish a stream, though, I do change it back to arts and creativity. But I think I have something set wrong in my stream settings for it to go to crafts like that. Still figuring out this whole streaming thing, which is funny to me because I feel like I used to be an old pro at it back in the Ustream days, a long time ago. I used to stream like every day for hours at a time. That was back when I was basically living off of commission work, so streamed all the time. Ustream isn't even a thing now. I recently went to my Ustream page and it's just gone. Just to see, if anybody was still using it. But now streaming has become, like a profession. And I'm trying to work towards, making things a little bit more slick in terms of presentation. I've created a couple of things for overlays and things like that I haven't implemented yet, but I'll get there. Yeah, I was a Ustream guy way back when, from about like, let's see, I think it was like late 2008 to maybe late 2011. I did a Ustream show. Had a lot of followers and did a popular Sunday night stream called 7/7 Sunday, where I took 7 commission requests and drew 7 headshots for people for $7. In fact, I just had somebody yesterday say that they wish I would still do that. Contact me on Facebook and say, why don't you still do that? It was fun, but I always told myself that the minute it felt like work that I would stop doing it. And one day, as I was prepping to start the show, it felt like work, and I'm like, I think this is over. it was fun. It was fun thing to do. A fun tradition every Sunday, where I'd like read roles and people would, and then there would be like a fight to get a slot. It was a lot of fun. All right, Jawas are inked. All right, I'm gonna switch over. Finish a couple things here. There. Boy, getting close with this. Freedom Otter on Rumble says, I was thinking about doing a stream where I would do a sketch card for $5 rent, but I would limit it as I didn't want to get flooded with tons of requests. Yeah, it's tough doing that kind of thing. And then you end up, the biggest issue for me was ultimately dealing with the shipping. I after I did that, I had to, package, ship 7 different things each week, and it just became kind of too much. I never did it for the money, because I didn't. In the end, I didn't make much. It was really just for the fun of it and a promotional thing. But it just became at a certain point. Like I said if it felt like work, that I would stop doing it. And one day when I was setting up, I just thought, I just don't want to go to the post office again. I have memories of many nights going to the post office, like in the middle of the night, to get things shipped, to use the self-serve thing. Whoa. The chair fell back. Jeez. All right. I think that's all for today. I need to take a step back from this piece. Come back to it with fresh eyes and see what needs to be added or subtracted or just generally looked at. I'm seeing some areas where I might want to just really change some things, but I'll have to deal with that later. And then I gotta finish up this obviously, and once I do the line work for the sandcrawler in the background, which is gonna be very, very faint, I'll scan it once that's done, and then I will add some ink wash. But I think before I do the ink wash, I'm going to do like a temporary, or do a pass on it in Procreate to basically create a guide for myself where I want the ink wash to go, because I don't want to just jump into this without having a plan. Ink wash is too it's too risky. But I have an idea of what I want to do, so we'll get there. All right, so that's all for today. I'll be back Monday at 2 p.m. Central with another Making and Talking Comics episode. Please like, subscribe, favorite, share, all that good stuff on YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, X, and Facebook. Is that the only? Am I forgetting something? There's 5 places I stream to. And sometimes I forget. And I will see you on Monday. Thank you all so much for watching. Take care.